Welcome back to Behind the Badge, where we analyze real-life police encounters, breaking down the critical moments and decisions captured on body cam footage. In today's video, we're covering a high-stakes case from Toledo, Ohio. Just after midnight on December 7, 2020, Toledo police responded to a 911 call reporting a violent domestic situation at the Weiler homes. The caller, a distressed woman, feared for her safety and needed immediate assistance. When officers arrived, they found the suspect, who reportedly had a firearm and pointed it directly at the responding officers. This situation escalated within moments, leading officers to make a split-second decision to use deadly force. Today, we'll walk through the events step by step, from the initial 911 call to the release of the body cam footage and details revealed at the police press conference. Join us as we analyze the choices made by law enforcement, discuss the legal framework surrounding the use of deadly force, and highlight the impact of domestic violence calls on police procedures. We'll look closely at the details released by Toledo Police and discuss the implications for both the community and law enforcement. Let's dive into the complex and tragic case.
The talking today will be done by Chief Kroll, and he's going to lead us through a presentation of some of the items that are now being released publicly, the 911 call, the radio traffic when the shots were fired, certainly the video from the body-worn camera, a post that was made on Facebook we're going to play, and so he'll talk you through that certainly better than I would be able to. I just wanted, the only thing I want to emphasize at the beginning would be that we take transparency very seriously in this administration, this police department. The event that took place early Saturday morning was obviously a traumatic and tragic event for everyone involved. Certainly for the family of Mr. O'Neill, but also for the officers that were involved. Everything about an incident like this is awful for everyone involved. There is sometimes a temptation when organizations face difficult moments like this to withhold information, to turn inward, to become defensive. That has never been our policy, and in fact just the opposite. We shine the light on our operations, I think more successfully and truthfully than most other cities in this country. This is the second incident of this kind since I have been mayor. The first was in the summer of 2018. Many of you may remember the incident over at LaGrange and Hudson. Saturday morning is the second such event. Both terrible events, tragedies for all involved. What I want to emphasize is that in both cases, the administration and the department has responded with almost immediate transparency, releasing video, audio, information in a spirit of cooperation and openness that I hope is understood and appreciated. I can say, I think we've all seen examples around the country where an event like this would take place, and the information we are releasing today takes days, weeks, months. In one recent case in the city of Chicago, it literally took years before information like this was released. We are releasing it darn near immediately. And I think that whatever we may think when we see this video and hear it, it's going to be, I think, whenever there's a situation like this, we are always likely to view these incidents through the prism of our own life experiences. But no matter how we react to the information, it is always in our best interest to release it and to provide it and to be open about it. And so the chief can walk through the specifics, but I want to emphasize that one of our core values on this and so many other things is that we provide transparent openness even during our city's toughest moments, and that's something that we take very seriously. So with that, I know the chief has a lot to talk us through and walk through, and so I will turn it over to him.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I get started, I want to recognize Councilman Delaney, who is here today as a chairperson of the Criminal Justice, or whatever your committee is called. Chris, thanks for being here. Chief Brian Bird from TFRD, and the president and first vice president of the Toledo Police Patrolmen's Association. As the mayor said, we're going to be going through a rather lengthy, but I feel very well put together PowerPoint that shows exactly what happened early Saturday morning. There's a few videos you're going to see. There's some stills that we're going to show you. Before we do the videos, I have some talking points that you can look at when we provide you all of the information. You can look at specific times where you can say, okay, a certain person said this, a certain person said this. So I'm going to try to break it down as much as possible. All right, Kelly. Again, this happened at 630 Leach Street over on the east side. And you can see from the ellipse, that is the corner apartment where the incident happened. The suspect, Kwame O'Neill, a 47-year-old black male, last known address was in Marion, Ohio. In New Jersey, where he is from, he has convictions or charges for aggravated assault on a police officer, possession of drugs, receiving stolen property, assault, making terroristic threats, resisting arrest, and possession of weapons and firearms. In Ohio, he only had 2 obstructing official business charges. Involved officer number 1, Officer Michael Benninghoff, 34-year-old white male, hired in September of 2012. He's assigned to Unit 419 out of the Central District Station, which means the east side is his primary beat every day. As you can see, he has no active discipline in his file, and he did fire his service weapon. The second officer is Officer William Clark. He's a 31-year-old black male, hired October 15th of 2013. Again, he's assigned full-time to the east side out of the Central District Station. He as well has no active discipline in his file, and he fired his service weapon as well. Involved officer number 3, Officer Grant Parton, 26-year-old white male, hired in July of 17. Again, working Unit 428, which is a dedicated east side unit. He as well has no active discipline, and he also fired his weapon. And finally, we have Officer Brandon Burton, 26-year-old white male, hired in July of 17, working Unit 428. Again, we try to stress beat integrity, and all 4 of these officers are assigned full-time to the east side, so this is where they work every day. As the other 3 officers, there are no active discipline in his file, and he also fired his weapon. A lot of times people say, well, how many times have you been there before? So we looked. Not in 2019. In 2020, we were there 3 times. The first time in March, where Mr. O'Neill wanted to file a missing persons report on his girlfriend, Kristen Glisson. Then in August, an anonymous neighbor called and said there were 2 black males and a black female fighting, or arguing rather. And then 4 days later, in the same month, Kristen called in a menacing regarding an unknown male who was threatening to kill her, who was standing in front of the apartment. That's the only time we've been there to that building. Now, before we play the 911 recording, I want to warn everybody that there's a lot of profanity and racial slurs, and it's really hard to hear. So that's why we want to provide you with the times on the recordings where you can listen to this. So 48 seconds into the 911 call, she said, "He hit me in my head." At 1 minute and 45 seconds, the victim again talks about her head injury, saying, "I don't want to get medical, but he pushed me down to the floor or stairs, and my head hurts so bad." It's really garbled, but that's what we're believing we heard. At the 2 minute and 9 second mark, "I got a effing month-old baby in here. I can't get medical. My head's not bleeding, but it's throbbing." At 2 minutes and 29 seconds of the video, possibly, again, this is what we're interpreting, he threw me down on the floor. At the 3 minute and 59 mark, the back of my head is throbbing. At the 4 minute and 43 second time frame, she said again, he threw my head onto the floor. At 5:15, you'll hear Mr. O'Neill say, "I'm ready to effing go." That'll be it's kind of important because that's the same audio that you're going to hear on his Facebook Live video. At 5:35, the victim said, "I'm going to kill this MFer. He keeps threatening me. I'm going to kill him." The victim again tells the operator her head injury is hurting and he threw me on the floor. He made me hit my head against the floor. So we'll go ahead and play the video now. Again, it's hard to hear, but here we go.
There's your emergency.
Leach Avenue.
Did you say Leach Avenue?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the address on Leach?
630 Leach.
630 Leach Avenue?
It's
Okay, what's your name?
Kirsten.
What is that?
Kirsten.
Kirsty?
Kirsten.
Kirsty?
Kirsten.
Okay. Kirsty, what's going on? Look, I need you to take a deep breath. I can't understand you. Your child's father did what? Okay, did he put his hands on you? He what? Take a deep breath, man. I can't understand you. Are you injured? Do you need medical? Do you need medical? Kirsten, talk to me. Ignore him. Do you need medical? Kirsten. Kirsten. Any weapons involved? Any guns or knives? Any weapons involved? Any guns or knives? Are you injured at all? Do you need medical? Your head, did you say? You don't want to get medical, but what? Your head hurts so bad? Well, I think send medical, but they'll wait around the corner. Well, we need to have her come check you out if your head is hurting that bad. Did you say your head was bleeding? Did he hit you in the head? Okay.
What is it? I don't want to get medical now. I know I'll be okay in my body. Just want them out of here. Please take them out of here.
Okay.
Because if y'all don't come to them, I won't kill his ass. I won't kill him.
You're working yourself up. Let's
I will kill him.
Kirsten. Don't make stuff like that on a recording line.
Please get out of here. I'm locked in the bathroom. Please get him out of here.
Okay,
I come out and I'm going to film myself.
Listen. You have kids in the home. You gotta pull it together. Take a deep breath. Okay, what is his name?
I want to out here. Please get my name. You want to call the police when they bite me and in the red. I said, no, I didn't hear. Please take him out. Take him somewhere. Take him out of here.
Okay. Listen. I need you to listen to me. What is his name? yourself all worked up. Now listen, take a deep breath. What is his name? Steven. Kwame. O'Neal. Okay. Is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He's black.
Black male. Do you remember what he was wearing, the color of his shirt and pants?
He got a gray. He probably can't close. I'm locked in the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, so here, he threw my head on the floor.
Okay, he's wearing a gray hoodie. Do you remember what his pants were? You gotta take a deep breath. Come on. You said your kids are in the home, right?
I will. And I don't care if it's a word line. He keeps saying to me, I'm going to kill him.
Don't say that, Kirsten.
No, because he's telling me I'm going to die.
You're safe where you're at. What is he saying to you, Kirsten? Does he know you called the police or not?
No, I don't know. He put me on the floor. He made me hit my head against the police. Yeah, a little bit of drink. Everybody's stressed. Everything is going on.
So he's been drinking. Have you both been drinking?
He didn't drink, but he's telling his brother on the phone, telling him all this stuff, like, you know, take a baby from me and all this stuff. He told me, I don't know what. This is my daughter. I don't want to call the police, man, but I got to calm him down. I'm going to kill her car. I don't want nobody coming.
They're already coming. They can't be canceled. They're
I
coming.
don't want nobody coming here. Because they kill black people.
Ma'am, they're there to help you. They want to help you.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
All right. Well, I have the officer notified Kirsten. Do you want to speak to medical? It doesn't matter if you change your mind. It's the law. They're going to come out, make sure you're okay.
I can't come downstairs. I'm not in the bedroom. I'm scared.
Okay. When the officers get there, they're probably going to call your phone so that you can come out of the bathroom and open the door. Okay?
I want to calm down.
You what?
I want to calm down. I'm going to take
Okay. All right. Well, the officers are notified. You can stay on the phone and speak with medical today. Stay on the phone, okay? Tell them about your head, okay? Today?
Okay.
All right. Stay on the phone.
Lucas County EMS.
Toledo transferring 630 Leach.
Okay, before we move on, I think it's important to give a shout out to that 911 call taker who did a fantastic job. You could tell that that woman was in a state of panic. She was terrified. She was injured. She was almost to the point of hyperventilating. Yet this call taker had the wherewithal to calm her down, to get information on the suspect that the officers knew going into that. I don't know who this call taker is, but I am going to find out, and I'm going to make sure she knows what a fantastic job she did. The next thing we're going to play is the radio traffic when the officers call out for shots fired. All unrelated radio traffic and dead air has been excluded. Again, you're going to hear it, and you're going to hear the level of the voices from the officers. Not excitement, but adrenaline pump. So we'll go ahead and play that.
Put it on domestic with medical, 6:30 Leach, time 35 after midnight.
Copy. Will be it.
59 ready.
What's it?
Fort Sweet. In Fort Sweet, I got a domestic with medical for 6:30 Leach. We have a female caller saying that she was intoxicated by her child, correction, she was assaulted by her intoxicated child's father. She's requesting medical. She's whispering and locked herself in the bathroom. Your suspect's going to be a Plemaine O'Neill, the black male wearing a gray hoodie. 6:30 Leach, Fort Sweet.
Sorry, I'm saving. Connect to force.
Copy, air's going to be closed. Shots fired. I'm getting medical. Is there crews that can go over to 6:30 Leach?
Wait, send medical.
There's stage. You want to come up?
Come on.
Medical coming.
Officers are good. Suspect down. Gonna need medical for suspect.
Medical for suspect. They're coming over to you. You need more crews at your location?
Send crews.
I need crews at 6:30 Leach. Is there any crew that can pull up and go to 6:30 Leach?
121 going.
121.
229 we're going.
229.
Officer can go.
1113.
210.
210.
223.
223. Is there a command I can go?
305.
305.
How you doing?
129.
101 going.
101.
329.
329.
311 in crowd.
311.
719 we're around the weather.
78.
Where's my 230?
305.
305 for the cruise on these Ferraris.
419. Are you guys at 6:30 or a different LC?
636, please. Have crews come in off of Easterly towards Sisson.
Crews en route coming off of Easterly on Sisson.
32923.
329.
2923.
229. 229. 319. 719.
1123.
101. 129.
Okay. Next thing we're going to show is the body-worn camera footage from Officer Benninghoff. We chose this officer's footage because it had the best vantage point of everything that happened. Very graphic. I'm not going to lie. Let me give you some of the bullet points here. I want you to note while the officers are walking up to this location, no guns are drawn. I believe they're talking about a song that they heard on the radio, something like that, just small talk. At 1:19, you can hear the officers knocking on the door, and all you hear is Mr. O'Neill saying, "Just open the door," or I'm sorry, the officers were saying, "Just open the door," and you can hear Mr. O'Neill yelling, "Put the baby in the closet. Don't act like you're scared now." At 1:37, you hear Mr. O'Neill say, "Put my baby in the closet. If you don't, we're all going the same way. I just called my family." At 1:53 seconds, you can hear Mr. O'Neill yelling at the victim to open the door, meaning the bathroom, not the front door, as evidenced by the pounding. Officers hearing this decided to force entry, hearing the yelling and not getting any response. At the 2 minute and 8 second mark, as the door is being kicked, you hear O'Neill say, "I'm about to die." At the 2 minute and 12 second mark, officers force entry and clearly announce their presence. At 2:14, you hear again, "I'm about to die." At 2:19 is when the shots fired call comes over the radio. Both dispatchers and officers on scene call for medical to come inside after the shooting. You'll see one officer holding his firearm on the suspect and kick his weapon away, which you'll see it by a still is right by his hand. At that point, they held on the suspect until they ran upstairs to check on the woman who was hiding in the bathroom. The officers verbally check to make sure they're okay, and one officer handcuffs the suspect because until we know what's going on, that person's under arrest. So the suspect was handcuffed. At the 4 minute and 30 second mark, Officer Benninghoff asks for medical to come inside. And then at the 4:38 mark, you'll see one of our officers performing CPR on Mr. O'Neill. Then you'll see medical come inside, and Officer Benninghoff instructs any approaching people to leave the crime scene. You'll hear audio in a few seconds. There's a delay.
Thanks for watching this video of Behind the Badge. This tragic case in Toledo underscores the critical challenges law enforcement officers face, particularly during domestic violence calls. These high-risk situations demand quick thinking, steady decision-making, and often involves life-threatening encounters where officers have mere seconds to react. The Toledo Police Department's commitment to transparency through press conferences and the release of body cam footage plays a crucial role in helping the community understand what happened and why. By sharing these real-life breakdowns, we hope to foster greater awareness of the complexities in law enforcement and promote informed discussions around public safety and police accountability. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more cases we cover. Thanks for watching this video of Behind